Hello and welcome along to another episode of this Cricket 19 career with me, Daniel. It's episode 52 and today we're back for the first day of the One Day Championship. In England we're playing for Yorkshire and we're captaining them for the first time in any form of the game. Having started the first class season in mixed form, we'll be hoping to set a good tone in this one. So you're with me in the last episode as we started the first class season in England and we had a shocking first day of the season, but thankfully we did recover in the following game, which brings us into this one with a little bit of confidence. So we're going to quickly go and have a look at that result. So if we go and have a look at the second game of the season, we beat Essex by an innings at 153 runs, and you can see at the bottom we got player of the match, and thankfully that was for our contribution with both bat and ball. So with the bat we got 69 off 92. We were really streaky for the first 30 balls or so, but after that we hit a run of about 5 or 6 fours and we just started to feel more confident and loosen up a bit. So a good innings there, though we did get out to the spinner yet again, but that was followed up with a decent spell with the ball. 2 wickets in the first innings for 43 runs. We went really aggressive with the field and it did work. Of course we leaked a few boundaries, but we managed to get the wickets and that was most important. And then the same in the second innings, we went even more aggressive, slightly more expensive, but again 2 wickets, and Alistair Cook out for a duck in the second innings. That really helped us towards victory. So we're up in third place, having won both of our games, but we're glad that we've contributed and got into some form, and it gives me a bit of confidence coming into this one day tournament, which we're captaining the side for the first time. So I've made a couple of changes to the squad ahead of the game against Worcestershire, and I'm hoping they'll pay dividends as we get into it. But firstly, a massive thank you to everyone that's followed the series so far. I really do appreciate your support, and if you are enjoying it then please do put a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel for 2 episodes a week from this Cricket 19 career, as well as daily content from the new Football Manager 2020 game. I'm really enjoying the FM series and there's another new one starting next week, so I can't wait to get my teeth into that, and I hope you'll very much enjoy it too. But let's go and get into this game against Worcestershire, a side that are normally rated pretty well in this game. We're very closely ranked at the top there. It's going to be a good encounter and we're going to need to be the difference between the two sides, just as we were in the last match. So let's go and get into this 50 over game as we're back to the medium standard pitch for the first time this year, and we'll get into it and we'll be back in a moment with a toss to see if we can get into bat first. Well, we're back for the toss against Worcestershire and we're calling tails this time. Hopefully we'll win and be able to bat first. I love putting a score on the board in this competition, and to have the say in it would be great, but let's see what happens. We have won the toss, and no matter what pitch we're going to bat first, we want to set a high total to be chased. So we'll be back in a moment as we face the first ball and hopefully set a good tone for our Yorkshire innings. First ball then, it's a pace bowler coming in over the wicket. Right-hander should suit us, but it just beats the outside edge. Bit of a loosener to get going. Not the best swing of the bat there. Hopefully we'll be able to get one away soon. There's plenty of space on the leg side, and we've just got to glance them for singles early on. Keep the run rate ticking at 4 or 5. This one straight at the stumps. We do get enough on it. They're going up to appeal. I've no idea why. Clearly off the outside edge of the bat, and he's gone for a single with life now on a strike. Life's matched us with 1 run off 2 balls then, and we're trying to get away the 5th. That's more like it, a much more confident glance, and that's all we've got to do in the early 10 overs. Just nudge it around, make sure we're on 35 or 40, and if we get to that stage I'll be confident we can try and push on for a big score then. We've got a bowler coming around the wicket now, which may be a tad more difficult. They've also covered our favourite area on the leg side, so it'll have to be a pretty fine glance or an outside edge like that one. We're trying to work it down to third man, but of course that brings its own risk with it. Well, Adam Life's been good to us. He's seen off the rest of the over from the pace bowler around, and we're back to face Barnard over the wicket. Space on the leg side, it should suit us down to the ground, and he's just so easy to get ones at the moment, and that's all we need to do at this stage. I want to work my way in. We were trying to go for big shots early in the Pakistan Super League. I know that was T20, there's a little more pressure, but it was causing a few problems for us as we weren't getting in, and we just didn't have any confidence when we were playing the shots. But 4 off 5, and Life's going well at the other end, so we'll just get singles and feed him the strike as Tone switches to around the wicket, over the wicket sorry, and that's making it a little bit easier for us. We just edge another single down to the leg side. Well, this is the worry for me. 4 overs gone and they've already brought in the spinner. I really don't know how to play on the offside here, so we're going to try and feed everything to leg. If we don't connect, it could be a couple of slow overs, but I want to make sure I don't get out early. We're only on 5 and we've got out on that score a few times in recent episodes, so let's see if we can get on to 6 just to get the monkey off our back. That one's hit the leg. It might have been LB shell, but we're going to try and run through for a single. We just about made it. It's going to be a leg by, and it means we're off strike now, which is great. Well, dear old 20-year-old Adam Lice put us straight at the other end. Must have gone down as a leg bye. Oh, we've tried to play a defensive shot and it's edged through again. And we are out for 5 for the third time. We're going to need to save it with the ball this occasion. I really thought we were back to form after last time. But that pressure, did that get a touch? I'm not convinced that got an edge on it. It didn't feel like it connected with the bat. There was no real vibration, but unfortunately we're out. Just 5 runs made off 9 balls. Not the best start of our captaincy here, but hopefully Joe Root and Johnny Bairstow and the likes can come and save the day for us now. We'll be back in a moment to have a bowl. Hopefully we'll be defending a big score. Well, we're back with just 5 overs to go in the bowling innings. We're only going to get a maximum of 3, and even that's unlikely because our opponents are on 212 for 9, just 1 wicket leaded from Barnard and Pennington, 2 of the lower order who have fought along well. Now unfortunately they're not chasing a realistic score. We made 308 in the end. You can see our opening partner Life made it look easy. He got a century, Root with 67, Leaning 59 and Johnny Bairstow 57 too. So we're the only batsman that didn't make a half century, which shows how easy the pitch was to play on. They've got a star-studded lineup, the likes of Rutherford and Williamson doing okay, but they need 96 runs and it just isn't going to happen, particularly with just 30 balls remaining. You can see Moeen Ali was the best bowler for the home side. He took the wicket of England captain Joe Root, and in our innings we've not yet had a bowl, but our bowling attack's been doing brilliantly. We brought in an extra spinner, it was our one change of skipper, so we've got Rashid and Carver in there as well, and now we're taking Carver's last couple of overs just to try and get a bit of glory, and maybe add one to the wicket column to make this game look a little bit better for us. As captain again we've been really good, made good decisions in selecting the team, but unfortunately we've not done quite so well with the bat, and with the ball we're now looking to get saviour. So the first ball there to Pennington's gone for a single. Now is the number 11 Barnard coming in. We're just going to bowl straight at the stumps. There's nothing fancy going on here. We're going to try and get them out, force them into shots. If they get ones that they think are playable, then hopefully they'll go for something extravagant. So we're going to do the same again, but this time we're going to flight it in. Hopefully just try and tempt him out the crease. It gives us a stumping chance. Is it straight up in the air? Is it going to be the fielder or not? It does just beat him. 1 bounce and 4. And we're even being expensive with the ball now. We're struggling against the number 11 batsman. So we're going to go for a full one, try and bring the LB into play, as it certainly hasn't worked bowling a shorter line and length. He's gone big again through the leg side. We've conceded 9 runs in 4 balls, and we might need to take ourselves back out the attack here. We're giving our opponents a chance to win, something that no one thought was possible. So we're going to go for one more standard one, and then our usual top spinner to finish. Go a little wider to the offside, and thankfully that's restricted it to a single, though 10 conceded is an awful strike rate. So our economy's not looking good, but if we can take a wicket here, all will be forgiven. Top spinner to Pennington, and he goes big. It's a 4 again. We've conceded 14 runs off the over, and we've actually given Worcestershire hope of winning a game. That is absolutely terrible. We're going to bring David William for the next over, and hopefully he'll take the wicket here, so we don't have to try and bowl another one. Well, he does just that, David Willie. We win by 76 runs, and as skipper we did brilliantly, but that is the worst performance we've produced with bat and ball. Getting out for 5 and playing at a silly shot, although I'm not convinced we got an edge on it. And then that 1 over was absolutely disastrous. We're nearly one of our most expensive bowlers. But we do win the match, and Adam Life is man of the match with a century. Of course he was brilliant, and it's another comfortable win, but our return to form didn't last too long. So we'll get back to the career hub, and we'll look at some of the improvements we've made before rounding off the episode and deciding when we'll next be back. Apologies, it's a slightly shorter one than normal, but of course our poor form is leading to it. So we're back to the career hub and looking at our batting attributes. Just to show you, after the 69 in the second game of the first class season, we did improve our drive shot as well. So we're gradually going up in that respect, and we are getting there slowly. And I think once we do get to a realistic top class level, hopefully it'll make batting a bit more easy. Of course, we're playing on the hardest difficulty level with really average attributes, and that does make things a little bit more tricky. But when we go down even one difficulty level, it just makes it a bit too easy. So I'd rather have the challenge and a few bad games. I'm sure you'd rather see that challenge too. With the ball we've got everything apart from the arm ball as high as it can be, and it's a delivery I don't use, so I'm not going to waste anything on that. In terms of fielding, we don't do a great deal of it without simulation, so it's only really the bits we do off our own bowling. And our next perk is on level 40, and we're not far away from that now, so I'm hoping we'll be able to improve our batting technique just to help us out along the way. You can see there we're on level 37, so we're not a million miles away now. It unfortunately does rely on us producing decent form though, something we've not often done this year. I can see at the end of our schedule there we've got England v Ireland ODI. That looks like an absolute cracker. Are we going to be in the international team? If we are, I'm going to come back for that one, but of course if our form's poor in the next 5 county games, I think we might lose our place in that one. So let's skip ahead to the next game just to show you the sort of lineup we pick, give you an idea of where our attributes stand compared to our team and why we seem to be struggling a little bit. So in terms of our batting ability, we've only actually got attributes to put us at 51, whereas the likes of Lifer 94, Roots up to 100, Leaning 98, Bairstow 97, and even the likes of Willie and the part-timers on the 70s and 60s, we're down on 51, and that shows you why we might be struggling with the bat. In the field you can see where our deficit is from simulating all the way through the career, but we wouldn't have even completed a season yet if we'd shown that, so I'm not willing to change to try and improve those attributes. I'm going to keep the 11 exactly the same for the next game, as a side it was fantastic. The top 6 with a bat are so strong that I don't think we need a 7th batsman in there, and we've also got that room for the extra bowler then, which led to a quick taking of wickets. So I'm really pleased with how things are going as a captain, but with the bat we need to find a bit of consistency again. We haven't got a first class game for a while, and that allows us to be more patient, so we're going to have to adapt and find a way in one day cricket. I'm hoping we'll get the call up for the Ireland v England game. Our England debut would be a magical moment, but I know we've got to produce in these next 5 games first, or we're not going to have a hope in hell of that. But if you did enjoy this episode and seeing us struggle with the bat and ball again, please do put a thumbs up on the video. I know the hard times do make a bit more entertainment to watch, but I would love to just smack a century soon. Hopefully it'll be coming in the next 5 games. I've just got to be a bit more patient, I think. I get so tempted to play outside off, and teams are getting used to our weakness against the spin now. We're quite often seeing them come in after 4 or 5 overs. We've got to try and adapt to that and maybe just get a maiden off the first. Even then we were trying to defend and got out. I'm not convinced we got a touch on it even now, but unfortunately there's no review system in the one-day tournament. Let me know in the comments if you've got any ideas as to what I can do. I want to try and improve the technique, but I think our attributes aren't quite good enough. You saw our defensive attributes aren't very good, which does make it a bit harder in those sorts of conditions, so that probably will be the next one I improve, so we can be a bit more patient, particularly in the longer forms. Of course, don't forget that our main objective is to emulate Alistair Cook, open the ODI and the Test side for England, and hopefully during an Ashes series as well. Once we get to that stage we probably will end the series, but we're going to have to improve very quickly if we want to make it this summer. Subscribe to the channel for 2 episodes a week from this Cricket 19 career, every Tuesday and Saturday at midday. Of course, if we have a successful innings with the bat, it will be a slightly longer episode, but unfortunately we haven't had one of those for a while, which is why the last few have been quite short. There's also daily FM20 content on the channel. The game's officially released today. We've been playing the beta for a couple of weeks and already started one of our long-term stories. We're managing Dorking Wanderers in the lowest playable league in England and trying to take them to the top of English and European football. So if you haven't seen any of that yet, then please do go and check it out. I really am loving making the content so far. And then next Monday we'll have the start of our second long-term series, the return of the annual head coach story. It's a director of football challenge and a journeyman story combined. A really difficult test but rewarding when it goes right, and I hope you'll come and join me for the start of that one next week. I've already recorded a few and I think it will be a cracker. And then finally we're coming to the end of our FM20 beta save with Luton Town. Of course the club I support in real life. It's been a difficult battle against relegation and we've got one more chance to save ourselves. So if you haven't seen that one yet, then do catch up in the eye above and come and join me for the finale on Saturday. But a massive thanks for watching this one and your continued support of the series as always. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you next time for another important episode as we may be making our England debut.